Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm beyond excited to bring to you this brand new book. Yay! All about some really awesome tips for online learning. And as we can see by the cover, a little bit of pre-reading here, there's a lot that goes on when it comes to online learning, and this cover does a really awesome job of showing us all the different aspects of online interaction and learning. So if we take a look, we know our title is eNinja, and a little bit about these ninja books. So this is part of a humongous series of really awesome picture books about ninjas that all readers can relate to, books about feelings and situations, and they're just really awesome books. And this one in particular is all about online learning, and we can see by the different pictures on here that there are a couple of different ninjas who are all obviously at different places, and they're all interacting with one another virtually. And as you can tell in this picture, some of them have books, some don't, but they're waving and smiling, and everyone looks really happy and excited to be there. And if you also take a look at the background, there are some math calculations and some science things going on. So we can make a couple of inferences based on just this cover alone that number one, it's exciting to be able to interact with our friends and teachers through online learning, but we can also learn in an online classroom as well. Why the gloomy face? I'm not sure about this remote learning stuff. It'll be okay. You're going to figure it out. How are you doing with it? Good. Really? Will you show me how to be successful at it? Sure, I will. The thing about online school is that it's just like going to real school, except we don't leave the house. I'll let you in on a little secret I used to succeed at online school. It's called the 3 Ps. I am polite, I am prepared, I am positive. I am prepared. By charging my device the night before, I'll be much happier and not have to worry about missing out on online school. Oh no, I don't have any more battery. If it's going to be, it's up to me. Where's my pencil? Since I don't have a separate room, I sit in my favorite chair at the dining room table. That's where it's quiet in my house, and I have a lot of natural light. I have all of my classroom supplies ready for use and near me. I like staying organized. I'm thirsty. Oh no, I need to use the restroom. I like being ready. That means I get dressed, use the restroom, and eat a hearty meal before class. It may be easy to stay in my pajamas, but I'll be more ready to tackle obstacles if I get dressed as if I were leaving the house. Doing these things help put me in the right mindset. What's wrong with the internet? Mom, I can't log on. I'm always about 10 minutes early to class so that I can test my internet connection, mute my mic, and turn on my camera. I make sure to have my screen on gallery view so I can see all of my friends and teacher. By being punctual, I show respect for my teachers and classmates' time. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I am polite. I don't know about you, but having my tablet and devices out tempt me to pick them up and play with them, so I hide them. Giving my teacher my full attention by eliminating distractions shows respect. Online etiquette. Ears are listening, eyes are looking, mouth is quiet, hands are still, body is facing the screen, brain is thinking. Sorry, I can't hear you. I turn off or eliminate any background noise, and I sit in a designated workspace during online class. Being polite is kind. Blah, blah, blah. Please wait your turn. When I have a question, I raise my hand and wait until I'm called on. Or I follow my teacher's guidelines on how to ask questions. Some teachers like it when their students use the questions or chat box, while others prefer email. I ask early, and I'm not afraid to ask questions, but only when it's my turn. I'm not good at this online school stuff. I am positive. No matter what happens, I try to stay positive. If things go wrong, which they do a lot, I remind myself that I'm trying my best. Things may change often, but if we remain flexible and positive, everything will turn out okay. Positivity is key. I like keeping a schedule and using checklists to mark items off as I complete them. This helps me to feel like I've achieved something. Checklists and schedules give me a sense of accomplishment. I can't wait to see you succeed at online school. Thanks, friend. Good job, students. Remembering the 3 Ps could be your secret weapon against online school disaster. 3 Ps: positive, prepared, polite. And what I love about this book is the author gives us some advanced learning tips as well. Number 1, remember the 20-20-20 rule created by eye doctors for your eye health. Every 20 minutes, look up for 20 seconds at something 20 feet away. If you know you'll be online for a long time, remember the 20-20-20. Number 2, make time for friends, even if it means seeing them virtually. 3, exercising daily will keep you very positive. 4, revisit your schedule. How did it work for you? Do you need to revise your plan? 5, self-reflect on the experience learning from a distance. Look in the mirror, smile, say you're proud of yourself, and pat yourself on the back. 6, share your learning with someone at home. And also, we get some really, really fantastic virtual meeting success cheat sheets in this book as well. And they are all about the 3 Ps. For be prepared, we have charge my device, prepare supplies and quiet workspace, dress properly, eat and use the restroom before class, be punctual, turn on camera and mute mic. For be polite, eliminate distractions, turn off TV or radio, move animals to another room if you have a pet, focus and listen, raise my hand and wait my turn. And for be positive, we have say positive things to myself and use checklists and schedules to feel accomplished. Oh my gosh. So I have so much to say with this book. It's really hard for me to figure out where to start exactly. So number 1, our character of Ninja. Love. I think that Ninja is an extremely relatable character to all of us, regardless how old we are, if we're a kid or an adult, we can all kind of see ourselves a little bit in Ninja. And I love the honesty. And I have a really good example of that when Ninja was talking about being respectful and having your devices next to you while you're in an online classroom, and how it's very tempting to maybe want to take a look at that device if it's a phone or a tablet and go, what's going on? Maybe you want to play a game or check your messages or something. And I feel like that we're all like that. So many of us, we have these temptations around us like, oh, I can multitask. It's okay. And I just love that for me, especially as a reader, I'm like, wow, you know what? I am totally guilty of that. So I really liked that our character of Ninja is very honest with readers and that we're able to connect so well. Next, the 3 Ps. I mean, oh my gosh. I've been a virtual educator for 3 years now, and I've helped a lot of students make that transition from a traditional classroom to the online environment. And I've never been able to explain it as clearly as the 3 Ps do, which is why, for me personally, I absolutely love them. Absolutely amazing, fantastic way of remembering these really are these keys to success and how we can incorporate them on a daily basis. And it's easy to do. It's not super difficult. We don't need to practice doing it. It's just, oh yeah, that's right. But you know what? I need to really make sure that I'm being polite and I'm positive and I'm prepared. And I just feel like it does a really great job summing up what we need to be successful in an online learning environment. And I personally, I love how specific the tips were. I just, oh my gosh. I've seen a lot of tips where they say, okay, make sure you log in early to your classroom. But what this book does is it dives even deeper than that. It says, when you log into your classroom, get there 10 minutes early and check your mic, check your camera, make sure that everything is arranged the way you want with the gallery view. And it's all these really specific tips that maybe as readers we don't think about. But now that we've read it in this book, we're like, you know what, that's a really good point. And even for me as a teacher, I'm like, you know what, I need to make sure that I do some of those things too. So it does a really great job kind of triggering those little things in your head. Go, okay, so next time when I log in, this is what I'm going to do and add that to my routine. And finally, I think one of the overall messages that this book kind of gives us as readers is the idea of being organized and the importance of that, especially when it comes to online learning. And This is something that I tell kids all the time. When you're learning at home, there's a lot more responsibility on you. And it's really up to you as a learner to figure out what works best for you. And that's what this book tells us. And they give us a really great choice of options to do that. Number one is being organized just by having your stuff by you. So if you're like me, I like to handwrite things still. I know it's kind of weird, but I do. I love to have my notebooks next to me and my pencils and highlighters because I love highlighters and all the pretty colors that they have. And I'll have a drink next to me and just all those little things I think I'm going to need. I try to keep within arm's reach so that when I'm in a meeting or teaching or anything like that, I have everything I need ready to go. And the same applies for students as well. You want to make sure you have everything that you could possibly need. If your teacher told you to maybe bring something to class that day, have that next to you, have pencils, so that when your teacher says, okay, guys, I want you to write on a piece of paper to show me your answer, you're not scrambling, looking for something, having to leave your computer, and then potentially missing something because we don't want to miss anything. I loved the idea of having a schedule. This is really, really important, I feel like, especially when we're making that transition from traditional school and brick and mortar to being home, because we have a lot more flexibility in some cases. So, by kind of giving ourselves a schedule to say, okay, from this time to this time, I'm going to do this. And it just really helps us overall. And there's a whole bunch of ways that we can do that too. We can write it on a poster board and hang it up on the side, hang it in the kitchen so the whole family can see. We can do a sheet of paper and make it all pretty different colors and fonts and things like that. And you can keep it next to you at your workstation. Or in some cases, I know that some kids really like using electronic calendars like Google Calendar and things like that. And they can set alerts. We can set alarms on our phones. I mean, there's just so many options that we have for setting schedules for ourselves. So whatever really works for you as a learner is what you should really do. And lastly, checklists. Oh my gosh. I I will say I try to create a checklist for myself every day and write down things that I need to do. It does change every day. Things get added to it more often than not. And sometimes I don't get to everything, but just by having it in front of me reminds me, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. And in this book, they really talk a lot about using those checklists and those schedules to help keep up with everything and kind of keep everything on track, because it's very easy to get lost in an online environment if you don't have everything figured out with, okay, today here's my plan for this or here's my plan for that. And some programs are really awesome and some teachers are great by saying, here's what needs to be done. But a lot of times it's going to depend on you too as a learner to say, okay, what do I need to do and take on that responsibility as well. So, as a virtual educator, this book is truly absolutely amazing. And I feel for anyone who's really trying to make that transition from traditional classroom to online learning, this is really a must have in your library. So, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.